Sell these 5 things before retiring. A few weeks ago, I shared a video discussing 5 key items you might want to consider purchasing as you prepare for retirement. The response to that video was incredibly encouraging, with a flood of positive feedback and kind words from many of you. However, amidst all the encouraging messages, one particular email stood out. The sender's message, written in all capital letters, was quite direct. Stop buying, start selling. My initial thought, of course, drifted to the complexities of the stock market, assuming they were offering investment advice, but I quickly realized their commentary was directed specifically at my earlier video about acquiring things before retirement. And you know what? In their wonderfully blunt and straightforward manner, they absolutely hit upon a crucial point. As we approach the significant life transition of retirement, our focus often defaults to accumulation, what we need to acquire, what we need to build up. Yet, a truly holistic and freeing retirement isn't just about what you bring into your life. It's equally, if not more, about what you strategically choose to let go of. So, with that insightful message in mind, today I want to shift our perspective and delve into 5 specific things you should seriously consider selling or divesting yourself of before you embark on your retirement journey. Before we dive into this list, allow me to quickly introduce myself. My name is Kevin Lum, and as a certified financial planner, I've dedicated this channel to empowering 1 million people to achieve a worry-free retirement. To help frame our discussion and truly understand the spirit behind today's topic, I want to share a personal story from my childhood. When I was just a boy, my father served as a pastor, and quite often I would accompany him on his visits to parishioners from our church community. There was one particular elderly woman we visited regularly, and to be perfectly honest, I used to dread going to her house. It was, quite literally, packed from floor to ceiling with possessions. She seemed to have kept everything she had ever acquired throughout her entire life. I vividly remember the towering stacks of old newspapers and magazines piled high, dating back years, even decades. I constantly wondered what on earth she planned to do with all of it. Eventually, as often happens, she needed to move into a care home. My dad and I went to visit her there, and the contrast was striking. Her new room was spotless, minimal, and quite sparse. On that particular day, feeling a sudden burst of boldness, much to my father's slight discomfort and quiet embarrassment, I plucked up the courage to ask her directly, "Do you ever miss all your stuff?" She paused for a moment, contemplating the question, and then offered a response that has resonated with me for decades. "Some days, yes, a little, but most days, I just feel free." That answer profoundly impacted me because it speaks to a fundamental truth of human existence. Throughout our lives, we are almost constantly accumulating things, gathering possessions, and surrounding ourselves with stuff. While most of us may not have actual towers of newspapers threatening to topple over in our living rooms, we often find ourselves with far more than we truly need or actively use. And sometimes, the very things we can't bring ourselves to get rid of, or simply won't let go of, begin to weigh us down, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. That's why retirement, in essence, can be such an incredible gift. It represents one of those rare and precious moments in life when you are granted a unique opportunity to hit the reset button, to take a deliberate step back, and to genuinely ask yourself, what do I really want to keep? What do I truly want to take with me into this exciting next stage of life? So while it's absolutely true that there are indeed valuable things worth buying and investing in before you retire, today's conversation will focus on those 5 things you should seriously consider selling or simply letting go of before you embark on that journey. And just as a heads up, I have a feeling the third item on my list might, shall we say, ruffle a few feathers, or at the very least spark some lively and interesting conversation. So I'll be particularly keen to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let's begin with the most obvious and often the largest asset, the house that's too big. As you approach retirement, you may suddenly find that your once bustling family home perhaps with 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, is simply more than you need. The children have grown up and moved on. The guest room might not have seen any activity since before 2019, and the sheer scale of the property starts to feel overwhelming. Downsizing your home can bring a myriad of benefits: significantly lower maintenance costs, reduced property taxes, much smaller utility bills, and perhaps most importantly, a profound sense of newfound freedom. But the advantages don't stop there. By downsizing, you could potentially unlock a substantial portion of your home equity, which for many retirees represents one of their single largest assets. Tapping into that home equity could translate into a healthier cash flow, providing the funds for those travel plans you've always dreamed of, offering capital to invest for future income streams, or even serving as a legacy to leave for future generations. There's also a significant ripple effect as you intentionally lower your cost of living. Because you're no longer spending nearly as much time or money on the upkeep of a large property, you might not need to withdraw as much from your IRA, which could in turn help you stay in a lower tax bracket. Now, I must emphasize, this advice isn't for everyone. Many people genuinely love their homes. I know many of you watching right now cherish your current residence and absolutely envision aging gracefully within those walls, wanting to be carried out feet first, as the saying goes. However, I've also had numerous clients and countless conversations with people who confess that what once felt like their absolute dream home gradually begins to feel more like an increasingly heavy burden. As you age, there are simply more things to maintain, more repairs to orchestrate, and more things that inevitably break down. I think one of the things that has most consistently surprised me about being a homeowner is the sheer volume of things that can and often do malfunction in any given year. Sometimes, even in my own personal life, completely separate from retirement planning, it feels like simply keeping my house in good order is a demanding part-time job. So, as you thoughtfully consider what you might let go of, the very first thing you should ponder is whether downsizing your home as you enter retirement makes sense for you. Next, you might want to consider selling that second, or in some cases, even third car. If your daily commute is no longer a part of your routine, do you truly need more than one vehicle? The financial benefits of selling an extra car are quite significant. You immediately reduce your insurance premiums, lower your annual registration fees, and eliminate a substantial portion of your ongoing maintenance costs. All of this frees up capital that was otherwise tied up in a depreciating asset that's simply sitting in your driveway, constantly losing value. In retirement, convenience certainly matters, and I fully acknowledge that. For a two-person household, it often feels easier to have 2 cars at your disposal. However, so does a robust and healthy cash flow. For what it's worth, my wife and I have successfully managed to live in the sprawling city of Los Angeles with just 1 car for the past 5 years, primarily driven by our desire to reduce costs. We may eventually reach a point where we need to purchase a second car, particularly as my daughter grows older and her needs change. But if we can make it work with 1 car in a city like Los Angeles, I truly believe it's a viable option for many. It has certainly required some negotiation and planning, and it's definitely not for everyone. Not every household needs to reduce to a single vehicle, but as you envision what this next stage in life looks like, and you're carefully working to make your retirement budget sustainable, downsizing your home and potentially transitioning to 1 car are powerful ways you can begin to significantly reduce your monthly expenses. This becomes even more pertinent as the cost of auto insurance continues to climb. By having only 1 vehicle, you actively help reduce your outgoing cash flow and give yourself more financial flexibility to spend on experiences and things you genuinely value during your retirement years. So, the first thing to think about is potentially downsizing your home. The second thing to consider is possibly selling one of your cars. Now, the third thing is a bit of a departure from the physical assets we've just discussed, but it is equally, if not more important. I'm talking about overly complex or high-fee investments. This isn't about a physical item like a house or a car, but about decluttering and simplifying your financial landscape. Some of the things you might want to think about selling or letting go of as you transition into retirement include that old variable annuity laden with multiple layers of fees, or that whole life insurance policy your cousin sold you that you've diligently been paying on for 25 years. Or perhaps that mutual fund that's consistently charging you over 1% per year, eroding your returns, or even that private equity fund that sends you a confusing K-1 tax form every March. Not only do these types of instruments often come with significantly higher fees that eat into your potential gains, but they also invariably add considerable complexity and unnecessary stress to your financial life. I recall a client who had a successful career on Wall Street and, as such, had access to every sophisticated and complex investment option imaginable. Yet, when he came to me for retirement planning, he had already sold everything and consolidated his money into simple, low-cost index funds. The high fees and the overwhelming complexity simply weren't worth the perceived benefits. And here's an honest truth. A lot of times, the more complex a financial product appears, the better it usually is for the person selling it, not necessarily for the person buying it. In retirement, simplicity and cost efficiency are almost always the winning strategies. This isn't just about decluttering your garage, it's about simplifying and decluttering your entire financial future. And while we're on the topic, I frequently encounter people who have their money spread across 10 to 15 different accounts held at multiple financial institutions. One of the best pieces of advice I can offer is to begin consolidating. Take all those individual IRAs and consolidate them into one single IRA. Gather all your accounts from various companies and find one or two trusted institutions where you can consolidate everything. The more you can simplify your financial affairs as you move into retirement, the significantly easier you're going to make your life. Before we continue, if you're finding this content helpful, please do me a quick favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's great for the algorithm, and I'll admit, it's also a nice boost for my ego. Okay, moving on. But I genuinely appreciate everyone who likes and subscribes. It truly helps me understand that this content resonates with people, and it's fantastic for the channel's visibility. Number 4, sell or get rid of your unused toys. I'm talking about those recreational vehicles like RVs and boats, ATVs, motorcycles, those timeshares you never really use anymore, and that jet ski that's been languishing in the corner of your garage since 2016. These items not only lose value significantly over time, but they also typically come with a host of sneaky ongoing costs. Think insurance, storage fees, maintenance, licensing, and general upkeep. Even when they're not in use. Selling them can provide your retirement fund with a welcome financial boost of cash, which could help you build up your retirement savings, pay off some existing debt, or simply give you more liquidity. But even more profound than the financial gain is the incredible feeling of liberation it provides. While this specific video isn't primarily about decluttering your house, I actually did a whole video on that topic a while back. If I were to add a sub-point here, it would certainly be about freeing up space. Get rid of those toys and other items in your garage that you've merely accumulated over the years. They're just taking up valuable physical and mental space. And by extension, think about decluttering your entire home. All those things, much like that woman I used to visit, that simply begin to take up space, both literal and mental. If I were to include a deeper dive here, I would certainly encourage decluttering your home more broadly. However, as I mentioned, I have a separate, dedicated video that thoroughly covers decluttering your home, offering practical steps and strategies, especially when dealing with items that hold sentimental attachment, because letting go of possessions accumulated over a lifetime can often be a deeply emotional process. But I've heard countless stories from people, time and time again, who, once they take that courageous step and begin to declutter, rarely, if ever, regret the profound sense of freedom and lightness they experience after clearing out their homes. Finally, it might be time to sell that side business or that rental property. For many years, these ventures might have been excellent income streams, providing a steady financial contribution. However, in retirement, they can sometimes transform from valuable assets into time-consuming, stressful, and even illiquid stress machines. I heard that phrase somewhere, and it perfectly encapsulates the feeling. Ask yourself honestly, does this still genuinely bring me joy, or has it become just another source of paperwork, administrative hassle, and mounting stress? Sometimes selling, particularly when the market is strong and favorable, can brilliantly convert complexity into simplicity. I had one client who sold their duplex and intelligently used the proceeds to fundamentally simplify their life. No more dealing with tenants, no more those dreaded 2 a.m. plumbing calls. They literally traded the bricks and mortar of that property for an immense sense of freedom, peace of mind, and the financial flexibility to truly support their retirement lifestyle. There is absolutely nothing inherently wrong with having a side business, nor is there anything wrong with supporting your retirement through strategic real estate investments. Indeed, many people successfully do both. However, a couple of common issues I frequently observe are that people often become over-concentrated in one single asset class. Their entire retirement plan, for example, might be heavily reliant on real estate continuing to perform exceptionally well and rental units remaining consistently full. Furthermore, these ventures tend to add layers of complexity, so it's crucial to pause and consider, is the ongoing complexity and the concentrated risk truly worth it for you at this stage of life? It might very well be, and if so, that's perfectly fine, but it might also be the opportune time to let it go. And as I said, this isn't universal advice for everyone, but it is certainly worth a careful and honest consideration. So those are just 5 swift things you might want to think about selling or divesting yourself of as you approach the significant milestone of retirement. This isn't about depriving yourself or discarding anything that genuinely holds deep meaning or value for you. Instead, the ultimate goal is to consciously create more room, more physical, mental, and financial space for what truly matters most in this next exciting chapter of your life. As I mentioned earlier, if approached thoughtfully and intentionally, retirement is a golden opportunity to hit that much-needed reset button. It's a prime time to ask yourself profoundly important questions like, what do I genuinely want to do with the remaining years of my life? What are my core values and priorities now? It's a perfect moment to reflect on whether the large house you own, the multiple cars you maintain, the accumulated clutter in your home, and the unused recreational toys you possess are things you truly want to carry with you into this new stage of life. Or do you want to seize this moment as a powerful opportunity to reset, to reevaluate what truly serves you, and to redirect your resources and energy towards what you actually care about most? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I've got 2 quick questions for you. What would be the single hardest thing for you to sell or let go of? And conversely, what would be the most freeing thing for you to sell or release? Also, if you've already begun the process of selling things as you prepare for retirement, or if you've started decluttering or downsizing, I would absolutely love to hear from you. Was it a positive experience? Did you encounter challenges? Please share your insights in the comments as well. It's always incredibly valuable to hear directly from the wonderful people who watch this channel. I always make an effort to read all the comments, especially when a video is new. Once a video really takes off, it becomes challenging to keep up with every single one, but I truly try to read as many as I can, particularly in the initial days. So please do leave those comments below. I know a huge number of you read those comments and learn immensely from the shared experiences and perspectives there. So, whenever you take the time to leave a comment, it's not only helpful for me, but also incredibly beneficial for other people who watch this video. And finally, I've created a convenient playlist with the 2 related videos I mentioned in this episode. One titled 5 Things You Should Buy As You Prepare to Retire, and another video I produced probably about a year ago, which offers practical guidance on what to do if you need to declutter your home and outlines some effective steps for tackling that process. So I'll put together a playlist containing both of those videos, and you can easily watch them right after this one.